Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today we're looking at a sporting event that is just truly unprecedented in scale. To put this into perspective, the 2026 FIFA World Cup is going to be so massive, it will literally span an entire continent. We're going to break down the data, the sprawling schedules, and the new digital frontiers of this historic tournament. If you thought previous tournaments were big, well, you haven't seen anything yet. This is going to be a historic marathon, and we're going to navigate every single crucial detail of what's to come together. Okay, let's dive right into this. 104. That is the staggering, totally record-breaking number of matches we are going to witness in this tournament. For context, this completely redefines the scale of global football as we know it. Just absorbing that single data point tells you that we need a serious roadmap to understand how this massive event is actually going to unfold. So here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with the sheer scale of the biggest tournament ever, then explore the digital fan experience, look at the stars and underdog stories, map out the massive schedule, and finally, we'll trace the road to the final. Starting off with Section 1, the biggest tournament ever, unprecedented scale. The tournament is expanding to feature 48 teams competing across those 104 fixtures we just talked about. Now, what does this actually mean for you as a fan? Well, it means more global representation, overlapping storylines, and a much wider net of underdog narratives to follow. Honestly, more teams simply means a much wider net of fans tuning in from literally every corner of the planet. It's a real game changer. Moving right along to Section 2, the digital fan experience. Get involved. A really major innovation for 2026 is the Right to Ticket, or RTT. Essentially, think of this as your digital access pass for the FIFA World Cup. You explore and secure these passes directly on the FIFA Collect marketplace. You can kind of view this digital marketplace as the very first turnstile you have to pass through. It's the modern gateway to gaining physical access to those incredible stadiums. Now, securing that right to ticket is step one, but your engagement goes way beyond just grabbing a stadium seat. Fans can now jump into the FIFA Panini Collection app to obtain 528 digital player stickers. It's basically taking that nostalgic childhood thrill, ripping open a physical Panini sticker pack, and bringing the whole shebang into a completely digital ecosystem. It's a fantastic way to stay engaged with the hundreds of players taking the pitch. Up next is Section 3, Stars and Underdog Stories, the Human Element. I want you to listen to this quote from Tahith Chong. He said, "Curaçao hasn't slept since we qualified." He shared this deep, real emotion about playing in front of family and how watching the Germany 2006 tournament actually ignited his entire football career. And this is exactly what the expansion to 48 teams brings us. It's pure, unfiltered joy and national pride from nations finally getting their chance to shine on the ultimate global stage. But we can also contrast that beautiful underdog joy with the fierce established mentality of veteran competitors. Take Granit Xhaka, the captain of Switzerland's Naughty. His journey is defined by strict career choices, an ironclad mentality, and a stated ambition for World Cup 2026 to achieve, in his words, something remarkable. So this tournament is going to be a constant clash between teams riding the high of just being there and seasoned squads demanding absolute greatness. So how do we actually track these individual player journeys objectively? Well, through a brand new, pioneering, data-led system called the FIFA Power Rankings. This is powered by Aramco and is launching specifically for 2026. Rather than just relying on the traditional eye test, the system actually measures individual performance throughout the tournament. For us watching at home, it offers an objective, data-backed way to settle those inevitable debates about who is actually carrying their squad. Section 4, Mapping the Massive Schedule, 16 Host Stadiums. Now, what's really interesting about this is how they make 104 matches digestible. The host cities are grouped geographically. You've got a west and north corridor running down the Pacific coast, a massive central and south column dominating the heartland down into Mexico, and a dense east coast stretch. Understanding these three geographical pods is absolutely crucial. It's how you track the physical momentum of the tournament as it sweeps across the continent. And that brings us to Section 5, the road to the final, a month of history. Let's move to the timeline and see how this builds. Everything kicks off on June 11th. Now, because of the expanded format, we hit a brand new knockout phase, the round of 32, on June 28th, and from there, the tension just absolutely accelerates. You've got the round of 16, quarters, semis, all culminating with the final on July 19th. It is going to be a grueling 39-day sprint of non-stop football. We begin on June 11th, right in the historic atmosphere of Mexico City with the very first whistle. Over a month later, after 103 brutal battles across an entire continent, the last two teams standing will face off on July 19th in New York and New Jersey. It's a massive geographical and temporal gauntlet that is absolutely going to test the limits of these athletes. Which leaves us with this one, simple yet totally provocative question. Who will make history in 2026? With 48 teams, 104 matches, cutting-edge digital tracking, and an entire continent serving as the stage, the possibilities are literally endless. I really hope this explainer has helped you grasp the sheer scale and structure of the upcoming tournament. Stay engaged, keep an eye on those digital tickets and rankings, because the biggest World Cup ever is fast approaching. Thanks for learning with me today, and I'll catch you in the